I need more light. Why is your paw wet? I was like, do you like the way your dog's pads smell? And I was like, yes. Yes, I do. It's actually true. They said it smells like Fritos because they have some like bacteria in their pads that does something, and it really does smell like Fritos. So you're not weird if you like your dog's feet. I think I'm falling in love. Welcome to today's video, guys. I am super excited about this video. Why? Because November is like one of my favorite months. As you guys saw in my previous video, it was my birthday, and Thanksgiving, which is one of my favorite holidays. Really, actually, my two only favorite holidays are Christmas and Thanksgiving. But I would just also like to point out that it is 85 degrees currently, and I am literally pretending it's cold outside. And check the outfit. I have Christmas dogs on my pants, and I got them at TJ Maxx or Marshall's, one of those two. Typically, I start off these favorites videos with food, but today I'm actually gonna start off with some of my favorite beauty products. And the first thing that I'm gonna talk about is actually really funny. If you follow me on Instagram and you happen to see my live feed from like a week ago, I purchased this foot mask from Lush, and it is called the Volcano Foot Mask. That's all it's called. On the inside, it kind of just looks like clay. And I was sitting at my desk and I just happened to like put this on one foot, and then I realized like I couldn't put it on both feet because I couldn't walk to the bathroom. And then for whatever reason, I just thought it was so funny that I was just sitting at my desk with one foot covered in foot mask, and then my hand had the foot mask all over it, and I was just dying laughing. It was like one of those things where you just can't stop laughing, and it's so like unnecessarily funny. It's actually really good, and it did make my feet super soft. I think something that like a lot of CrossFit or like people who do a lot of running or are in sneakers all the time, we have this issue of having like dry feet sometimes. Maybe that's just me, I don't know, but I feel like my feet are always cold and dry. Finally got this foot mask, and you just leave it on. Ideally, you would want to put like a plastic bag over it or like saran wrap or something, but I didn't have that at the time, so I literally was just holding my foot up with the foot mask on. But it did make my feet really soft, and it didn't smell weird, and it was just like very moisturizing and nice, and it's something that I have never tried before. So I wanted to mention it in this favorites video, and also I just thought it was really funny. Like, who buys a foot mask, you know? Like, I was super excited about a foot mask. On the same topic of the funny Instagram live, I actually had these on my eyes as well. I think you can see them. Yeah. So these are little under eye masks, I guess. This is Grace and Stella Anti-Wrinkle and Energizing Eye Mask, and this is one of those things where I've never used an eye mask before. They're like these little jelly pad things that I put underneath my eyes, and I left them there the same night that I did the foot mask. I was all about that self-love that night. I don't think it really did anything for wrinkles, although I don't really get wrinkles here. Mine are like in my forehead, so I can't really vouch for that. But it did feel really nice, and it was super soft, and like after I took them off, I kind of rubbed the serum underneath my eyes, and I thought that it was really nice. This actually came in a FabFitFun box, which I wish I had the box to show you guys. I completely forgot, but I've never tried FabFitFun before. I usually do like athletic or fitness monthly subscription boxes, but this one was more of a beauty related one, and I loved it. It came with like this little lavender spray sleep stuff, a scarf, like all kinds of cute stuff. I'll have to leave a link to the website down below so you guys can check them out, because they were really good, and I was so impressed with how much stuff actually came. And along with this, there was a Kate Somerville exfoliating mask, which is one of my all-time favorite masks, and it was the full size, not like how usually subscription boxes give you a little sample. It was the whole thing. So this came in that, and I'm glad, because I would have never known if it wasn't for that. So it's kind of like a 2-in-1 favorite, like the FabFitFun box and this. They're both really good. Around the holidays is usually the time that I start playing with makeup more so, because in the summer it just doesn't stay on my face, and it's so hot and so humid here. But in the winter time, winter in Florida, it's a little bit less humid, and so my makeup tends to look nice. And of course, you know, we have like holiday things and Thanksgiving and all kinds of things that you can wear makeup to. So I wanted to talk about two different things, actually. The first being this Dior Skin Forever makeup, which this is an oldie but a goodie. I have been using this foundation since like 2009 on and off, and the only thing that deters me from it is the price. It pisses me off at how expensive it is. But I will say, out of all the foundations I've ever tried, this one I just continuously keep going back to, It doesn't break me out. It doesn't make me super oily. It doesn't settle. It's not dry. Like, it's just the perfect foundation. My skin type is kind of a combination of dry and oily. Like, for the most part, it's pretty dry, but then like randomly throughout times of the month, I'll get like oily in my T-zone. So I'm not sure what you would consider that, maybe combination, but this foundation is just the bomb. And if you're wondering, I am in color 30. I think I've mentioned this before, like in last year's favorites around this time of year, because I always tend to go back to this around this time. It just looks so dewy and nice. It's on my skin right now, and I always get compliments on it, so I wanted to share this with you guys. And every time I use it, I'm reminded of why I go back to it. So speaking of holiday parties and dressing up with makeup, this is actually something I have never, ever, ever used in my entire life. I've never tried until recently. On my birthday / Thanksgiving, I posted this picture on Instagram, and literally everybody was like, your makeup looks so good, your eyelashes look so good. And they were actually Ardell natural demi lashes. Ardell is like a super cheap brand. I literally got this at CVS because Ricky, my friend Ricky, her eyelashes always look so good. And when I watched her eyelash video, she uses Ardell. And I'm like, okay, how difficult can this be? I have never used false lashes before. And it wasn't too bad. I used tweezers. I did it exactly how Ricky did it, and it came out so good. Everybody complimented me on my eyelashes, and they weren't too much. I feel like I see a lot of fitness girls with those really long fake eyelashes that look ridiculous, but these are not like that. I mean, obviously they're the natural kind, so they weren't super like glam and in your face. They were just enough to be like super voluminous. I think that this is something I'm going to be using for like a more dramatic makeup look if I have to go to like a Christmas party or New Year's Eve or something like that. So it's the first on my channel. I've never used false lashes, and I will never get those like eyelash extensions. So this is kind of the next best thing. And if you're looking for affordable lashes, these are definitely a brand that I recommend. Because I know so many of you are going to ask me about this lip combination. It is actually what I was going to include in this video anyway, so I figured I would put it on for you guys and show you how it looks. This is the combination of MAC lipstick in the color Magic Spell. And this is not really like a matte or a shimmer lipstick. It's kind of like in between, but it has like a mauve-y, nude, deep, I don't even know how to explain this color, but it's so pretty. I put this on as the base, and then I actually used this gloss over it, which is MAC's Vampity. Now, this is from last year, and it is the color Tuned In, which is like the same color as the lipstick, but just a tad darker. And typically I'm not a gloss person. I like more of like a matte liquid lipstick if I'm gonna wear anything. But for some reason, this combination is just so perfect for the fall. And the reason why I like MAC products is they last forever. I got this last Thanksgiving, and I probably used it like then and then now. And it still looks amazing. It still holds so long. And it's just the perfect like brown, mauve-y, fall, Christmas type color. I'm not really big into like the super bold bright lip or the super dark lip, so this is kind of in between, and I feel like any skin tone can pull this color off. So that's it for my makeup beauty favorites, and now we're going to get into my favorite part, which is the food. So if you follow me on Instagram, you probably have already seen me rave about this, but as of lately, I've been super into making pizzas, and I used a tortilla in the video, like 2 videos back, because I was testing out that pizza recipe. I didn't like the way that the tortilla was holding the toppings. It just like wasn't thick enough. So I went on a hunt to find a macro-friendly, lower fat, thick bread that I could put toppings on. And what I found was at Trader Joe's, and it is the whole wheat lavish flatbread. And for the entire flatbread, is 2 grams of fat, 36 carb, 7 grams of protein, and only 240 milligrams of sodium. A lot of people use naan bread or naan bread, whatever it's called, but I've seen that the fat content on them is pretty high, and so is the carb and sodium, and this is why this is such a great option. I've been making like chicken pizzas, and then I made a breakfast pizza. So good, and I will be including these into my meal prep Monday videos, as well as just like some full days of eating, because I feel that I have truly perfected the recipe, and it is so good. Like I said, I only found them at Trader Joe's. but I'm sure that if you Googled like a whole wheat lavish flatbread, you might be able to even order it off Amazon. Next food favorite is these green giant cauliflower tater tots. I have been obsessed with these. They are so freaking good. The key is, even though the directions say you have to bake them at 425 for like 10 to 15 minutes or whatever, at the end, turn your oven on broil and then broil them so they get super crispy. Somebody told me they make these with Parmesan cheese as well. I have to look at the ingredients, but they do have like a cheesy taste to them. You would never know that they're cauliflower tots. They're so great, and the macros for one serving, which is about 6 pieces, 4.5 fat, only 15 carb, and 2 grams of protein. So I've been eating these like with my lunch, dipping them in ketchup. They're so good. They do make a broccoli one as well, as like broccoli and cheese tots, which I have, but I haven't tried them yet because I've just been too obsessed with the cauliflower ones. I feel like if you guys do follow me on Instagram, this is kind of a cop-out because you've seen all of this stuff already. But this is the Isopure Colombian coffee flavored protein powder, and I have had this for a while. This isn't actually a November favorite, but I do want to share this little recipe that I've been doing. I've been calling it my high protein latte. What I've been doing is mixing like half of a scoop of this, or sometimes a full scoop depending on how much protein I need, with unsweetened vanilla almond milk, shaking that up with some ice first to make it cold. Then I pour my usual unsweetened Starbucks coffee into my big cup, and then I pour the mix of protein and almond milk into that, so it creates like a little latte Americano, and then I top with whipped cream and cinnamon sugar, and it is so good. 26 grams of protein. It was in my last video, and it has just been my go-to. It's so good. It's not too thick. This protein does not get clumpy. I don't know how they do this because it has no carb. So delicious. Highly recommend. And I've just been doing this in the morning. This is also a great way to get some extra protein in if you don't typically like drinking regular protein shakes or eating a ton of meats. Okay, this is another product by Banza, and a couple videos back I made a high protein pasta, and I did use the Banza chickpea regular pasta, and then Chrissy actually told me that they had mac and cheese, so of course I Amazoned it and I bought an entire variety pack which came with the cheddar cheese and then also a white cheddar one, which I haven't tried, but I have tried this one, and it is the classic cheddar chickpea pasta mac and cheese. And for the serving, which is 2.5 ounces, it's 8 grams of fat, 36 carbs, and 18 grams of protein prepared, which I think is awesome. This is also for the macros that's made with real butter and real milk, like when you stir in the powdered cheese and everything. But I didn't do that. I used half of the amount of butter, so only 1 tablespoon instead of 2, and then I used a 1/4 cup of almond milk, and it came out so good. The cool thing about this is that you could probably stir in like ground beef, ground turkey. I made mine with chicken and broccoli. It was so good. You could do like a beefy mac and cheese or something and easily get like 40 some grams of protein. So I know a lot of like people, my clients, always have trouble with their protein. So finding things like this is always super helpful because it tastes really good and you can squeeze in some extra protein without even thinking about it. Okay, last but not least are these Larabars in the snickerdoodle flavor. If you guys couldn't tell, I am all about the holiday flavors like cinnamon, nutmeg, clove, ginger. I just love all of that so much, and I think they nailed it with this bar. The only thing I wish is that they would have done like some carob chips in there or something. I know that's not really considered snickerdoodle, but the great part about Larabars, similar to RX bars, is that the only ingredients in here are dates, cashews, almonds, cinnamon, sea salt, and vanilla extract. But they did somehow get it to definitely taste like a snickerdoodle. The macros for this bar are 190 calories, 9 grams of fat, 25 carb, and 4 protein. So this is not necessarily a protein bar, obviously, but it's just something that is good. Like if I would say maybe you need like more carbs and fat, but not as much protein, this is something that I would consider a filler macro for somebody, a filler item or whatever, if you needed to get some extra carbs and fat in, and it tastes really good. And the good thing is it's not filled with a bunch of crap, it's just those ingredients. And that's something I've always liked about Larabar and RX bar as well. So that's it, just kind of a short and sweet November favorites video. I hope that you guys enjoyed. I actually didn't have any clothing favorites this month. Oh, but you know what? I forgot that Junk Brands started coming out with their Christmas headbands, and these are so dang cute. Like, can we just talk about this for 1 second? Look, it's got like little ornaments and stuff on it. Okay, but that's not supposed to be worn like that. I think the cool thing about stuff like this is that I wouldn't necessarily wear this with anything else if I didn't go to the gym, you know? So it's a cute thing to like wear to the gym when it's about to be Christmas time or like during a Christmas wad or something like that. And as always with junk brands, you can use Mander10 for 10% off your order. I'm so excited because after the holidays, I'm gonna be working with them to create the Iron and Rescue headband, which is gonna donate to my rescue that Iron and Rescue already donates to Redemption Rescue. How many times can I say rescue in one sentence? I'm so excited for that. I can't wait to share that with you guys. And that's where I'm wrapping up this video. I hope that you enjoyed this November favorites. As always, leave me your favorites down in the comment section below so I can try them out for the month of December. I will catch you guys in my next video. I love you and thank you for watching.